Alright everybody, welcome back on into another match of Beyond All Reason. Today we're going to be having an 8 versus 8 here on the map called The Rock. This is an east versus west map that is symmetrical but flipped. And it does have a river running through the center of it and a lot of uneven terrain, so we shall see a lot of bot usage and airplay on this one. Let's take a look at our team leaders here. For the red team, we have Lewis B288 going with the Cortex Commander, starting off in the river. For the blue team, in the back line on the land, we have Watch Me Do This with an Armada Commander. Looks like he's got a bot lab queued up. For this, with all this uneven terrain, I expect to see mostly bots and some air. Looks like we have air queued up from Turbo Corette and Murph 3123. Not used to seeing two air players, but it can definitely work on this map with the terrain. On the opposing side, we've got a vehicle plant here, which is going to have a tough time navigating the terrain. We'll see how that goes here for Bassby. Other than that, we have bots. Just going eco here for Quadfather. The red player did go with the shipyard. Opposing him in the water is Mantarok. Reject. Bots. With another vehicle here. Very interesting. See if the red team can do alright with all these vehicle players. Tin Can is spamming out rovers to start. Going against the ticks coming across from the blue player. One of which does get past the rovers, but it's not being used, so the commander's probably going to come up and get it. We got green coming through with a scout and a very early bomber here. Takes out the wind turbines here of Damon's. Queued up the wind turbine here. Quadfather was very quick to get up in the A turret with their commander, which is good because it stops this early bomber. Looks like they didn't work out ahead of time. Who's going to be the air player for the red team? Yellow is going to transition over. Look at these rascals. How did they get back here? Great run by here by the cream colored player Bassby. He's got him back here, not doing anything with him yet, but and then here's the problem with the terrain. He's got to come all the way over here to come down, but the commander is not here. There's going to be some economic damage done. One mech's down, two mechs is down, 3 mechs is down. It's getting some great economic damage done with these rovers, and if he just runs away, he can continue this elsewhere along the back line. Meanwhile, on the north, the blue player is moving up with his commander, brought a transport to get him up there quickly. He's going to start building some LLTs, putting out fortifications. His opponent, Tin Can, is doing the same. I like the radar right away, too. These rovers still running amok down here. And Seth's Shadow is got his mechs queued to be rebuilt. Which is very important because right now he has no middle income at all except for what his commander passively gives. Orange trying to hold the center here against the lime green commander. Blade Runner sending grunts through. Does get cleaned up. We have a big opening here on the southern end. And it is being exploited. Blanks is starting to secure down the middle portion here of this southern side for the blue team. Gonna get a twin guard up, looks like just in time. Commander's gonna come down to D-gun. Hopefully. There it goes. Gets 2 constructors with the D-gun as well. And with that, the pink commander here is going to be able to move forward if he so chooses. Very messy front line from both sides. Blue just massing LLTs up here, which, considering that the real force on the other side is the enemy commander, not a bad idea. LLTs have a huge bonus against commanders, so gotta get so much experience on this one already. It's gonna win the 1v1 fight now with all that XP. Meanwhile, Domun's bringing some pawns in. Gonna run into some amphibious tanks, which is an interesting choice. And this continuing to get economic damage is going to really, really hurt Seth's Shadow. All the converters go down, which was slightly making up for the fact that he had lost his metal income. Little Banshee's gonna clean these up eventually. There is an LLT up here though, so these pawns don't have anywhere to go up that hill. They're coming back down. Orange is trying to dance around. 2 commanders here. That's a lot of metal to go to the red team. You can see that reflected in the income. Blue is still pushing through on the top. You got Janice coming through. Gonna bust down these turrets. This is not looking good for the Fuchsia player. We've got a decent mix here from the blue player. Whistlers for some long range and anti-air. Janice for just alpha strike damage. And then shell shockers if you have entrenched positions. The only thing he doesn't have is medium tanks to have something tanky up front, but he's repairing with his commander, so it doesn't really matter. And he's just getting a lot of push. The only thing on the other side that's comparable is the brown and cream players are pushing through on the very bottom. Blanks almost loses his commander here in the middle portion. I'm going to start reclaiming all these bodies. Blue sort of killed off Tin Can Knight's commander and now is setting up some defenses here. Tin Can just going for blitzes. Now switching over to medium tanks. Looks like he's trying to shoot down his wreckage. Blank's commander goes down here. Damon's moving in to get the reclaim very quickly. We have Airwave getting pulled, bombers coming in. Murph 3123 takes out most of the energy income, and there's going to be the rest. And that's going to take out Fuchsia's production capabilities as he now has no energy income, and his lab is gone. He's suiciding his construction units, and he left the game. Oof. he was not happy. He did send the medal to someone else before leaving, though, so I will say it's not a bad rage quit. He just suicided off his stuff and set the money away. Blue coming in. It's getting... His units are getting paralyzed by shurikens, but there's nothing to actually clean them up. It's not enough to just stun them. There's got to be something there to kill them. And there's just not at the moment. If he's got constructors, he could be eating them up. But unfortunately, he's not. The northern side is pretty much fallen for the red team, but now he's eating things up with the constructors. Gets one. Didn't queue these up, so they're not eating any others. Orange is getting a little counter push on the northern side, but his backside is going to be taken out by the blue player after he finishes demolishing yellow. Looks like the southern side, the red team may be able to push through and deal equivalent damage. Red is losing his seagoing units to gunships. AA tower is built up. He's going to start reducing those numbers, but he is losing the ships still already. Blue now has completely obliterated yellow. Don't know. Yellow does have a constructor. Not completely out of it and hasn't left the game. We'll see if he decides to try to trudge on or if he gives up. The air forces of the lime green player Murph here are just picking apart these solo units from pink that are coming through. Needs to get, yeah, he's got some crossbows in. Needs to just have these with his units. Those light gunships, if there's any AA at all, they do not hold up. Fortunately for the brown commander, there's no AA here at all. Back here there is, but Dolmon's built a forward bot lab and a forward vehicle lab. Blue has his commander all the way on this side of the map, reclaiming everything. He's going to overwhelm, I believe, the entirety of this top half. All that's left is orange. Who, for the moment, blue hasn't given any aggression to, so he's still continued to put some pressure on Blade Runner. We have a Tsar pushed out here from Quadfather. And here come the gunships. There is a singular AA bot. Oop, another one coming from back here. The Tsar is going to make quick work of these T1 defenses. Oh man, every shell just takes out so much. Losing a lot of HP on this guy. Would have liked to see some repair sent along with him. Resbots coming along with can really make these Tsar pushes just so hard to deal with. But as it is, he's going to make it into the production and the economy. The teal player has left the game, so this Tsar is free to clear all of this up. And while he's doing that, some salamanders here have come through and cleared up Seth Shadow's base. And this is really evening out the game. This east versus west has turned into a north versus south. Not bad. You've got Murph 3123 still holding this ramp for now. So the lime green player is still here. I don't know for how long. Red has got purple fairly enclosed on the sea, but purple does have land forces. Red's salamanders are working their way into the north here. And if they can get the blues economy, that's going to be a huge dent in the aggression from the blues team, because it's been mainly him that has been able to take out the other side. And orange, while blue is busy destroying orange's base, is coming through and is on the production center for blue. Just a huge ball of grunts coming in, completely undefended. Gets a fusion, getting some build power here. Don't know if he's going to be able to get the the T2 lab before these grunts get on him. Looks like it. He's got to focus it down though. Oh my gosh! Lives with 3 HP. Oh. Oh man, so sad. Czar coming across. Murph 3123's commander goes down. And we are now in a north versus south. We have salamanders running through, destroying the eco of the blue team. I think at the end of the day, the red team's gonna get this. The production for the blue team is down to an in-progress T2 lab, and this lab that was barely saved here that has just no build power at it. That's it. The blue team doesn't have any means of production. Blue coming through, trying to break Reject's hold on the top of this mountain. But he only had blitzes and lightnings. Not going as well as I think he expected. Now we have just a bunch of grunts, which I think they are going to finish off Reject's commander, because he doesn't have the energy for D-guns. And there he goes. There is a couple destroyers left here for purple. He does have a naval lab, so that is some production. He is retaking some sea. And I don't know if red is going to try and counter that, or just let it go for the moment. Red's coming through with his salamanders. Words are hard. I'm going to try and dislodge this blue production zone again, which just got the construction turrets back up. There's one dragon's claw up here, which is dealing with these salamanders slowly. It's not going to be enough. Fiends from that T2 lab over here finally making it out to try and deal with these salamanders, but unfortunately the damage is already done. Blue team's eco's in shambles, production's non-existent, and there's not really a standing army out on the field. And with that, they do resign. Red team takes the victory. Right. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like below.
Battle
If there's
ended.
anything you'd like to see or anything I can improve upon, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you, and we'll see you next time.